My girlfriend flirted with my cousin at my birthday dinner, so I brought her phone to the table and read her texts aloud. Everyone heard the truth. Hello everyone, welcome to Reddit Visuals. You know, I used to believe the worst betrayal you could ever feel came from strangers. But the truth is, it's the people sitting closest to you at the dinner table who can cut the deepest. Let me tell you how I learned that lesson the hardest way possible. I'm 29, and let's just say, I'm not one of those flashy guys who throws big parties or needs everyone's attention. I'm the kind of person who loves small gatherings, good food, and the people who really matter. That's what my birthday was supposed to be this year. Chill, intimate, just the people I care about. My girlfriend Rachel had been in my life for almost 2 years at that point. She was smart, funny, and had this energy that could light up a room. Or so I thought. Rachel offered to plan my birthday dinner. I didn't think twice about it. I was touched. She picked my favorite restaurant, booked a private room, even handled the guest list. All I had to do was show up. When I walked into that room, it was perfect. Warm lighting, my favorite playlist humming in the background, the smell of wood-fired pizza and steak in the air. My closest friends were there, and my cousin Jake had flown in from out of state just to surprise me. It should have been the best night of my year. Instead, it became the night that changed everything. Here's where things started to feel off. The moment Rachel saw Jake, something shifted. She lit up like I'd never seen before. And I'm not talking about being friendly. I'm talking about laughing at jokes that weren't funny, leaning in way too close, touching his arm when she talked, that kind of thing. At first, I told myself I was being paranoid. It's my birthday, right? Why would she disrespect me like that? But the longer dinner went on, the more obvious it became. She barely looked at me. Every toast, every smile, every glance, it was all for him. I tried to shake it off, tried to focus on my friends, my food. But I couldn't. Because Rachel wasn't just being flirty. She was being bold, like she didn't even care I was sitting right there. And Jake, bless him, was too polite to shut it down hard. He kept trying to redirect the conversation, but she just kept pulling it back. And then I noticed it. The phone. Rachel was glued to her phone, typing away every chance she got. At first, I thought maybe she was texting a friend, maybe handling a last-minute detail for the night. But something about the way she kept glancing at Jake as she typed, biting her lip like a teenager with a crush, made my stomach knot up. I excused myself, went to the restroom, and sat there trying to calm down. But the more I thought about it, the more I knew I needed to see what was on that phone. Was it wrong? Maybe. But something in my gut told me I wasn't imagining this. When I came back, Rachel had left her phone on the table while she stepped out, probably to freshen up or send another text. My hands shook as I picked it up. The screen was still lit, open to her messages, and there it was. My heart stopped. A string of texts between her and her best friend. But they weren't talking about dinner plans or the party. They were talking about Jake, about how hot he looked, about how she couldn't stop thinking about what it would be like to be with him instead of me, about how maybe tonight would be the night she tested the waters. I felt like I'd been punched, and as I scrolled, it got worse. Messages about how she felt stuck with me, how Jake was what she really deserved. I don't even remember standing up. I just remember the burn in my chest, the rush of blood in my ears. I walked back into that room, phone in hand. Everyone looked up, smiling, probably thinking I was about to make a toast or thank them for coming. And I did. Kind of. I raised the phone and said, "Since this is my birthday, I think it's only fair we all share what's on our minds tonight." And I started reading, aloud, word for word, every filthy, disloyal, gut-wrenching line. The room went dead silent. You could hear the clink of a fork dropping. My cousin Jake went pale. Rachel burst back in halfway through, saw what was happening, and froze like a deer in headlights. "Please stop," she hissed, trying to snatch the phone from my hand. But I kept going. I wanted everyone to hear it. Every single person who loved me, who came out for me that night, deserved to know what was really going on. When I finished, I set the phone on the table, looked around at everyone, and said, "So, that's Rachel's gift to me tonight." Rachel was sobbing by then, begging me to go outside and talk. But I was done talking. Jake was furious, not at me, but at her. He kept apologizing, swearing he had no idea she was thinking this way, that he'd never do that to me. And I believed him. The rest of the night is kind of a blur. People started leaving, awkward and heartbroken for me. Rachel followed me to my car crying, saying she was drunk. It didn't mean anything, that she'd never actually do anything. But those words, those messages, those weren't mistakes. They were windows into what she really thought of me. I broke it off right then and there. No dramatic speech, no more words, just walked away. The days that followed, a mess. Rachel tried everything. Calls, texts, showing up at my apartment, long rambling emails about how she'd made a mistake, how she didn't mean it, how she just wanted attention. But you know what? Attention is cheap. Loyalty, that's what matters. And once it's gone, it's gone. Jake and I are still close. If anything, this brought us closer. He checks in on me, and he's been a rock through all of this. My friends? They've had my back. But I won't lie. This shook me, made me question my own judgment, made me wonder how long she'd been looking at me and seeing someone she thought she could trade up from. It's been about 6 months now. I've focused on work, hit the gym, reconnected with family I'd let drift, and if I'm being real with you, I'm grateful. Grateful I found out before I put a ring on it, before I wasted more of my life on someone who saw me as a stepping stone. Sometimes the people you trust most are the ones you should watch closest. And sometimes the best gift you can give yourself is the truth, no matter how much it hurts to unwrap. Was I the a-hole for reading her texts out loud at dinner? Was I petty? Should I have handled it differently? Or did she deserve to be exposed in front of the people she disrespected me in front of? Drop a comment below and tell me what you would have done. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching Reddit Visuals.